got to work. Gonna be meeting up with my running buddy. We're going to Detroit. 6.5 miles, 8 minutes 45 seconds per mile. My running buddy and I are in Detroit, or we were in Detroit. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm back at home now, but we were up in Detroit for a wedding, and we wanted to make sure we could go for a run at least one of the days while we were up there. So we got in late Friday night, hung out a little bit, but then kind of took it easy so that way we can go for a run along the riverfront. This was both of our first time in Detroit, and we didn't really know where to go, so we were staying downtown, and I figured that was close to some water, and I was hoping that there was a river walk of some sort, and there was, and it was absolutely beautiful out there. Nice brisk fall weather and a beautiful sunrise, cloudless sky, and some nice rejuvenating water to run by. So it felt really good, taking it relatively easy, and run up about 3 miles and change, and then turn back around. For the most part, you can stay really close to the water. There's a couple parts where you have to kind of duck in and out because of harbors and other docking areas and things like that, but a nice treat. We didn't think there'd be that much space for us to run, and we were very happy to find some of it, and then come back to kind of a little park area, and there were a lot of sculptures. There was a suicide prevention walk happening that day, so lots of other people were there, really lively. I got to see the fist, which was a really cool and huge sculpture, really cool to see. And then the rest of the time, we headed out to partake in some of the wedding weekend festivities. One of our mutual friends, another guy that went to law school with us, got married. He was an usher at my wedding, and so we go really far back. He had set up a time for everyone to go over to a Turkish bathhouse. That was my first time going to one of those things. We sat in a super hot and humid room, and then once you couldn't take that anymore, you could take a dip and cool off in a cool water pool. And there was also a dry heat sauna, and you would just kind of alternate getting hot until you couldn't take it, and then getting cold until you couldn't take it, and then just alternating, and it was really rejuvenating. It was a Turkish bath, so you could do like the whole like getting batted with the branches thing. I didn't have a chance to do that. There was a lot of people, so I just didn't have the time. So I really wanted to try that, but maybe some other time. I hadn't been in a bathhouse in probably a couple of decades. So the last time I was at a bathhouse was when I was a teenager. The last time I was in Korea, so not a completely new experience, but pretty much a completely new experience. So that was a lot of fun. We got a chance to explore a lot of Detroit over the weekend, and it is a very different city than Chicago, but also very familiar at the same time. A very Midwestern city, a place that I really enjoyed spending time, and I hope that I can get back there again. The wedding was absolutely beautiful, and I wish my friend the best. And we just got back a little while ago. My running buddy just dropped me off. So I'm back in town, and looking forward to the week ahead. This time next week, I'll be done with the Chicago Marathon. So really hitting into crunch time, really getting into that taper. Got to get my mind right. My body is where it's going to be. I'm feeling really good. I've got a couple of runs left, nothing really too structured, just keeping myself loose, keeping the legs fresh. I'm focusing more on resting than I am on running. And so that'll be the concern and emphasis when I do run coming up for the next handful of days. In terms of the weather, we are 7 days out, and currently the weather forecast calls for about mid-60s and rain, 40% chance of rain during basically only the hours of the marathon. And so that's a little bit concerning. 60 is going to be great. With a little bit of rain, it will be great too, as long as it's not a downpour like they had at Boston. And so a little bit concerned, but it's probably going to change a couple more times between now and the actual marathon. Yesterday, on Saturday, the weather forecast called for 65 degrees and sunny, and then the day before that called for 50s and thunderstorms, and the day before that, you know, you get the drill. It's been changing pretty wildly. As we get closer, I'm thinking it's going to kind of stabilize as we get a better idea of what the weather's actually going to do. So I'll keep updating every day in terms of what I think is going to happen in terms of the weather. And then this week I'll have some other videos in terms of what specifically I'll be doing as I prepare for the marathon, based on some more information that comes in as we get it. That's all I have for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yo, what's going on?